Hello, mi gente. I know you guys like it when I post my food, so I'm gonna show you guys how I make Chinese food. We're gonna start with a pot with some oil. Leave that John on medium heat. We're gonna take some rice, measure it out. I got a big family, so we're gonna do 4 of these cups. That's 1, that's 2. Now, I'm gonna wash this because this bowl is small. So we're just gonna get to it. We're gonna start putting some water in it. It's gonna get disgusting. So you gotta wash that shit. You gotta really clean it. Get in there. Put your fingers into it. Put your back into it. Put your knee, your foot, everything. Clean that, John, okay? And then rinse it out and do it like 100 times until the water is clean, okay? Now, like I said, I got a big family, so I'm gonna do it in this pot. You guys are gonna see it with these first 2 cups. And then after, I'm gonna just do it again off camera. Okay, so now that you washed your rice and it's nice and clean, you're gonna check the pot, make sure that you turned it on. Yeah, está caliente. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, now put the rice in the pot. It's gonna sizzle a little bit. Don't get scared. Okay. I have a big family, so I have to put 2 because we're fat and we like a lot. Okay, keep this bowl aside. We're gonna use it again later. For now, mix up every grain of rice with oil, and I mean every single grain. Don't miss even one. As you can see, I'm really getting it in there. I had to turn on the light so y'all could really see every single piece of grain of rice needs to be, I'm talking about saturated in oil, okay? Everything. So after you finish doing that, you need to like flatten it out. And this is essential, okay? Don't skip this part. I know it doesn't sound, I don't know why you have to do this, but you have to do this, okay? Make it flat, make it pretty, pat it down, y ya. Así mismo, okay? Beautiful. Now turn the heat up on this, John. Use that bowl that I told you to keep aside. Don't worry about them dirty dishes. I will get to that later, okay? Now I need you to wash down every piece of rice that you got in that bowl and put it aside. Now you gotta wait 2 minutes, okay? Let that rice with the oil, let it heat up, let it get nice and hot and warm, and then throw your water in there. Pero no sea necia. Don't be throwing that in there before the time. Just let it get a little warm and then throw some water. I'm OCD, so I had to get every piece of rice out of the bowl before I started putting water inside the pot. Pero, as you can see, look, I put the water in. You already see the oil on top. You see that? If you could see that, you're doing a good job, okay? If your rice is already looking like this, you're already doing great. Very nice. Now, I use jasmine rice. I don't know what rice you're using, but with jasmine rice, you don't need so much water. So we're going to put this John on high, and we're going to leave some extra water on the side because, just in case. These are all the ingredients you're going to need afterwards, okay? I use these. There's a million different brands, but this is my favorite. I'm going to cut up some onion. Very nice. Don't just cut up the regular green onion. Go ahead and wash that, you dirty Johns. Then you're going to cut it. Very nice.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Then you're going to put all your onions in a bowl like this. Okay. At this point, you should check on your rice because it should pretty much look like this. Now, you're going to check it to make sure that it has some holes. Don't mind me, I almost dropped the water. Pero, you see them little holes? Probably not. But that's what you're going to be looking for. If it has the little holes, you see the steam coming out of them, that means that John is ready to be put on a lower heat. So at this point, it's probably going to sit there for another 10-15 minutes. While that's cooking, let's get to these Chinese sausages. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't cook with these, but I'm going to put you on. After, I'm going to put a saucepan on the side to warm up. Then it's back to these sausages. They come wrapped in a plastic, so be sure to cut a line down the middle of each of them and peel them off just like you see me doing here. You don't want to ingest that. It's not good for you. Very nice, very nice. Off camera, I went and added a little bit of oil and just checking to make sure the pot is hot. I'm going to go ahead and start cracking these eggs, although you're going to see me having the ill hard time. It is difficult to record and crack eggs, so I'm going to do it off camera. There you go. I like to make my eggs, my scrambled eggs, with a lot of egg whites, so you're going to see me try to push all of the uncooked egg out. Pero, revuéltalo ahí, tú sabes, make your little scrambled eggs how you want. I only had 3, so I'm only making a little bit. Do it how you like to do it. This is just what I had, and this is what I'm doing. After it's not wet anymore, you want to go ahead and start chopping it up into smaller pieces because, like I said, this is going into your Chinese food. It's not your regular scrambled eggs. So, yeah, act accordingly. Then you're going to go back and grab all those onions that you already cut up in that bowl and toss them Johns in there. That's what we finna do. Make sure you don't leave nothing behind like I did, though. Since the eggs were cooking for a minute already, I like to put them in the middle and then put the eggs on top of the uncooked onions just to put a little pressure on them and cook a little. You're going to see me hitting the crap out of the onions, but it's just because some of them are still attached together and I'm trying to break them apart. Eventually, you're probably going to see me put my fingers in there trying to break them up, but that's okay. My hands are clean. I promise I'd be washing every time I touch something new. So, I don't know. Judge your mother. This should be left on a very low heat setting. We're going to go back to these sausages and cut them up. Now I'm cutting them about 1/4 of an inch. If you don't know how much that is, look at this. If you still can't tell how big these are, then find a ruler. I don't know. Anyways, for 2 cups of rice, you only really need about 2 or 3 of these sausages. But since I'm doing 4 cups, I'm going to pretty much do a crap load of them. So I'm doing like 6 of them. Very nice. Now that these have been cooking for a second, I'm going to attempt to put them in the bowl. Again, I'm not very good at recording and cooking, so you're going to see me just put this down for a sec. Also, you can add salt and pepper to your taste. I didn't, but you can. Very nice. Now, as long as you get all of the onion and eggs out of the saucepan, you should be able to do it. You don't have to clean it again. Go ahead and dump these sausages in that pan, and we're not going to use this anymore, so we're good with it. Now, please put this low. Do you see this? Low. Very low. I can't emphasize that enough. Cook it on low heat. Just make sure that you're putting them all flat. Lay them like this. You're going to see me double check. Make sure that every single one is laying on its back so that it cooks thoroughly. And it should look something like this. Very nice. At this point, my phone died, so I've been recording from all the way over here. This is like a far view. Very nice. But let me give you a closer up. Once it's looking like this, and you're seeing all the oily grease, you don't see any more whites inside your Chinese sausage, it's done. Again, since I'm not good at recording and moving the food and stuff around, I'm going to leave it over here. But right now, what you see me doing is moving all of the rice. Now, big thing to my Hispanics, please don't leave no con. Take all of it out. Or for my Puerto Ricans, pegao, whatever. Just take out all of the rice, move it, fluff it, do what you got to do, but do not leave it stuck to the bottom of the pan. I took all the sausage and dumped it inside the rice. I have my onions there. I'm going to dump that in there as well. And from here, we're just going to continue to fluff all of the rice and de-stick it from the sides of the pot. You're going to make sure that everything I'm talking about, you don't want any rice that's been there. Displace all of it. Remove it. Everything needs to be moved. Do not leave any rice on the bottom or on the sides without moving it. Very nice. At this point, you're going to add the sesame seed oil and the soy sauce. You're going to continue to add and move to your tastes. This is how mine came out. This is the products I used. If you fucked it up, add some hoisin sauce. Mine came out great, but I did add a little bit just to try it out. It was fucking fantastic. Fire as shit. And of course, after I made my food, I had to have a sweet treat with some cake that I made. Look at it. It's just delicious. If you make this recipe, let me know how it came out. Bye.